everyone, and welcome back to our channel. We are Millennial Mom. If you don't know who is who, I'm Millennial. This is Mom.
Waiting for this to come off, you guys. Hold on a second. Okay, there it is. You know, I always get mixed up with something before I come on live. Sorry about that, everyone. But hello, everyone. Welcome to Millennial Mom. If you don't know who I am, I'm Mom, or Kay from Millennial Mom. And today we're going to talk about Married at First Sight, Nashville Live, Season 9, Partying Ways. Listen, last night was the most, I don't want to use the word outrageous, but it was the most off-putting episode. This whole season has been off-putting, or is it just me? Because this is the first time that I remember in watching all 16 seasons that a couple decided that they were going to get divorced literally after the honeymoon, when I think the decision was made on the honeymoon, but they were just waiting to come back home first. So that definitely did not take long. So it was definitely one for the books. Hi, Sharon. How are you? Hello to everyone coming in. Hello to everyone on the replay. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, share the video if you can. And I love reading your comments. I like hearing your perspective and seeing what you have to say, because maybe I didn't catch whatever happened on the show, and you know, we can interact from there. So I really appreciate everyone's time and everyone joining me here today and on the replay. So thank you so much for that. I was just literally talking to Millennial right before I came on on live. It said showtime. I'm like, what is it? I gotta go. So she says hello to everybody, and that's what that is. Hi, Dolores. How are you? How's everyone coming in? Hopefully the weather's doing all right where you are. It's finally sunny. Less wind and no like crazy rain sleet mix that's passing through to go somewhere where it's cold. So if it's on the way to you guys, bundle up, stay warm, and hopefully spring will be sprung soon, even though there's leaves on some trees here and some bees are out. But you know, last few days you haven't seen that because of the wild weather. So hello, frappes and tea. Now let me ask everybody, whether you're in the chat or not, what did you think about last night's episode? Were you surprised that it was actually Domynique and McKinley, or were you not surprised it was Eris and Jasmine? And are we like tripping off of how Eris is still talking to Jasmine? I think he is the next one to be like, I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? Because if he's not attracted to her, now granted, attraction does take time, but I mean, he's really talking to her in a way like it's giving, that's the word, right? It's giving, and if Millennial was here, she would be like, Mom, stop, but she's not. So it's giving disgust. That's how he's talking to her. And wow, I just cannot believe it. Hi, Dolores. What'd you say? Cloudy today and rain in DC tomorrow. Yeah, I think you got what was here. It's going there. Honestly, you can have it. We don't want it anymore. We're in the desert. We don't take kindly to rain. But that's neither here nor there. But anyways, hopefully everyone is caught up on the show. I only caught a snippet of the after party because I was doing something else. But I did hear Domynique talk about the reasons why she, you know, felt like it was time to go and just her excuses. So those clips that we saw with her with the game kissing Clint. So maybe the next couple to be out of here is Gina and Clint, you know? So who knows? I mean, I was just surprised at Gina last night saying like, oh yeah, we really got along. I mean, we really got along. I said, girl, for real? Is she taking an edible? Because that's how it came across to me. Like, did she chew an edible last night? Because she was tripping, if you ask me. It wasn't me. I'm going to get y'all opinions about it. Hold on. Let me read another comment. Then we'll bring up the person backstage. Frappes and Tea says, this was the dullest housewarming season. You know what it was? Do you want to hold the show, girl? It definitely was. It was ridiculous. So, person backstage. Are you ready to go? Okay. Here we go. Hello.
How y'all doing?
Ooh, I see your shirt. Is that from the playoffs?
You know, that was from the playoffs last year, but we gonna rock it.
Okay. I got my
we
team
lost.
too. I got my team. I be wearing my stuff. People like, oh, you were a fan of that team? Yes, I am. But anyways. So did you see the show last night or did you see it today? Did you see the after party?
I watched it today. I always watch it with the after party because whatever app I watch it on, the after party come on right after. So I just watch it, And I even called Couples Cam. I went back. I even watched that today. You know, I ain't got nothing to do at work.
Yes, you do. Don't say that just in case someone watches on the level. You be busy.
All right. They know what's up.
You got a few hellos in the chat from Sharon, Devontae.
How you doing?
Dolores, excuse me. And let me read Cynthia Hughes. Hi, Cynthia and everybody. Jasmine is too pretty to be so desperate. Okay. For Eris, a man that doesn't want her personally, I don't see what she sees in him. Ooh, I think sometimes for people who really come on this show who want to be married, I think when they put their all into somebody, I think that's what they're doing. But when you know maybe it's not reciprocated back to you, that's when it comes off as like, girl, why you keep trying if he's not? So I think that's what the issue is, Cynthia. And I could be wrong. That's just what I'm getting from the show. So anyways, well, I know the big storyline is Domynique. When we thought it was Gina and Clint, even though I do think that they'll be coming up real soon, because there's no way. Like I said, did she chew an edible last night? Because that's what I got. Did she? She's like, it's real fun. It was really nice. I said, huh? You were just still stuck on those comments of slender and athletic. So, yes.
We got to hear that one more episode. I'm going to scream.
We'll probably hear that going forward because I don't think she will ever be able to get past that at all. She won't because her feelings are, when something sticks with you, it's the same, like you tend to remember things that were more negative than positive because they tend to sit in your neural sense of your brain longer. So that's what, and she's in the beauty industry too. Yeah, she's not here for that. But we're going to get to Domynique and Mac, but I want to get to them in a little bit. Let's just get other people out the way. So about the housewarming party, which is, you know what, Devontae, just because your name is Devontae, we're going to start with Chris and Jasmine. Why did their friend Devontae do you like that? Do the namesake Devontae is like that? Come on.
I know. Spell like my name and everything. I said, oh, he can't live.
You know what?
He can't live, be messy.
You know what? When I was filming my review last night, I literally stopped my review. I was like, wait, is his name really Devontae? Because it didn't sound right. It sounded like I was like talking maybe to you. So I'm like, let me double check his name is Devontae. But it is. And wasn't one a case like Chris's friend was like, listen, I don't get off work till about 5. So if you film and I'll just have to come in after the fact. Did it come across like that?
Yeah.
Because he just came in like, hey, you Devontae? I mean, who else is it? You know what I'm saying?
He's going to be the only black man and be late. Lord have mercy.
Right. Giving everybody a bad name. You know what I'm saying? But he came in. There wasn't really too much with the conversation with Nicole and Chris's friends. Just the conversation really came with Nicole's friends and Chris. He was saying that maybe her personality might be too much. We already know that already. She's already too much. She's been too much from the beginning. But what they said to him was, as long as you're not a pushover. And I thought that was telling. Now, do you think, and everyone in the chat as well, do you think that Chris gives pushover vibes? Or is Nicole's personality so strong that it would seem like she needs somebody to be like, hey, don't be doing all this and that. You know what I'm saying? And that's definitely not Chris. But do you think he's a pushover just by what he gives off?
I don't think he's going to be a pushover. I think they're both going to keep lying to each other. It's like the same formula we've seen. They the fake happy couple, but they really just saying yes to everything, even though they really want to say no to most things, and they just going to keep lying to each other. And eventually, she's one of them gonna just blow up and be like, "Look, I never liked your Cajun chicken pasta. I'm sorry. It's been nasty from the beginning, and I've been trying to tell you that I don't think you can cook well." And I think it's just gonna blow up. I mean, I feel like I just feel like they just two nice people.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think they really into each other like that.
I think Nicole is an oversharer. And I think that's part of her issue. She overshares.
Yeah.
It's okay to be in tune with your emotions, but she's oversharing every detail of her life, her emotions, given the reasons why. You know what I'm saying? You got to know like why she felt that way, after she felt that way, and just everything in general. And I just think that, I don't know. I think that they're compatible because they both want it to work. But I think that Chris is going to have to speak up just a little bit because her oversharing and her overtalking is going to overtalk him. Not because it's an argument, but that's because that's her personality versus his way, way too laid back. He's way too laid back. You know what I'm saying? So he doesn't give
Yeah,
a
I don't think he's a pushover because if he was a pushover, he'd have wore that shirt.
There you go. There you go. You're right. You're right. Dolores don't think he's a pushover either. So, but next week's episode, his conversation about the type of lady that he likes too is going to come up, and Nicole looking at him like, you know, don't start that slender thing. And I was like, man, is he really?
Now let's see. If he catches the same flack that Clint caught because he said the same thing.
You think he will though?
Nope, because Nicole won't do her man like that. Put him on Front Street.
Cynthia says Chris is not a pushover. He knows how to get what he wants by acting like a pushover. Oh, you think he's acting? His personality don't give me acting. He just gives me way laid back, and he just doesn't want to rock the boat. I don't think
he looks sad. He look like Eeyore. He just be
yeah, you
the
know,
whole time like
yeah. So you're right though. I don't think he wants that smoke from the same thing that Clint got. But Nicole gives me like she works out kind of like, you know, this is no shade. This is just what I originally thought with Nicole. She gives me like she would do like bodybuilding, like a women's wrestling, women's, you know,
that's them shoulders. They
it's
kind
a
of
shoulder, yeah. Like one of those track stars that be throwing that stuff. She gives me that type of vibe. So, but I don't know. I think they're a good match. At least on the show, they come across as a match. Similar to Clint, you say frappes and tea, Chris? I don't think. I don't see. Not to me. I don't get it. I think they're different people. So, all right. Well, let's just move to let's pull out Shaquille and Kirsten. Like I said in other videos, I'm jaded just based off the after party, but the mixed signals are coming from Kirsten though. I'm surprised that they only invited family members who were married to give them marital advice. Like, what type of marital advice do you want when you told Pastor Cal, Kirsten, you weren't attracted to Shaq? So what advice were they supposed to give you if your attraction isn't there? I'm just curious. Anybody want to share with me what they think?
I mean, her friend, didn't her friend come in and say they wasn't attracted to each other, or whoever friends them was? It was one of their friends said they wasn't originally the dude with the dreads. I think it was Shaq's friends. He said they wasn't originally attracted to each other, and they grew. And then he was like, "Oh, girl, you've been here the whole time." I said, "That's a bunch of I don't know. I just don't. The attraction growing thing. I don't know. I feel like you have to have some attraction. Like I feel like I don't want nobody to grow attracted to me.
I think there has to be a little bit of something that you like in somebody too, you know, and then eventually if you choose to see where it can go, then maybe, but just off top with a stranger, you know, these are right.
Yeah.
If there's no attraction. I mean, how many, we've heard this every week from every couple except one. The attraction isn't there. So do you think that Kirsten is really putting her energy into Shaquille? Because they even tried to change the conversation a few times. They're like, are you even kissing? Are you intimate? They're like, take the toast. I'm like, that's a deflection.
No, because Kirsten, like I said, she a pretty face with a small waist. but
Mm-hmm.
ain't nothing up top. She don't talk about nothing. She don't
Right.
talk, like, we don't know any. I'm like, that's what I think is frustrating with Shaq.
Uh-huh.
And she's saying mixed signals. You don't like his bald head, but you always rubbing it. You
Right.
always laying on him. Like if I was a dude, I would think, well, I think she like me, but she like me? Like, she could rub on me and be all a hug and be all up under me, but I can't kiss her. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's weird.
Dolores
So
says Kirsten is definitely giving mixed signals. I think she's beginning to like him. You think so, Dolores? Did you see the after party, or do you think that he's trying to throw us off? I don't think Shaquille was trying to throw us off with that, because there'd be no reason to. To me, that don't even go together. You know what I'm saying?
I think when he said that, you talking about when he said, like, what he said on, like, the next episode coming up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
He said
like,
that.
I think when he said that, he was talking, I think he was referring to her. Like, that's
Okay.
what she feels.
Okay. Do you think that does anyone think that they consummated the marriage?
No.
From last night's episode, or whenever you watched it, to next week, just based off the conversation he said for next week, like, oh, you wanted all my time, you want to be up under me, and here I am, but now you don't want this. So do you think they maybe not consummated, but touchy feely, they would, like, messing around and just didn't go all the way?
Nope.
No? Well, that's easy enough.
I think it's just what's gonna be. They're gonna do the exercise. That's gonna be that. I don't really think nothing gonna change. I don't know if she. I wouldn't be surprised if she flipped that switch, but I wouldn't be surprised if she did, because I think he's the perfect guy for her. I don't really understand what she's talking about. She's not making sense.
Right. Hi, Ashley.
Satisfied.
Frappe and T said no, she don't think so. And then Sharon says, I think they do need to get to know each other first, then attraction can grow. But Kirsten is not even giving me that she wants it to even get to that part. I mean, rubbing someone's head, I guess. I mean, maybe, but they haven't gotten past anything yet. The conversation with the cousins, the couples, or whoever they were, that even seemed like they were uncomfortable, at least more so she was uncomfortable with that.
Mm-hmm.
Because Shaq was saying to her cousins, was like, so what can I do? Do I need to be more patient? And I'm like, how would they know if you need to be more patient? How much patient do you need to be? You start off saying, okay, we'll take time out to get to know each other. So there's no more patient than that. I don't know. I just think that she's not opening up. And I think there was some more previews going forward from the very beginning that says when they sit down with Pastor Callaghan that she's just not into the marriage. So we'll see how many more episodes that is.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, well, let's move to Eris and Jasmine. Anybody can have the floor. Anybody can have the floor. I will say, though, that the conversation that Eris's cousin Phelan, that she gave to him, the conversation, I thought she had some valid points.
I love his cousin.
Okay.
His cousin, people don't like her, but she's real.
Mm-hmm.
She's real. It's not that the only thing I disagree with the cousin about is that Jasmine is fake. I feel like the cousin in her head, as soon as she heard pageant queen, she just, she gonna give us all the right answers. It's just in her head. So I feel like it's something against her with pageant queens. Like, maybe she lost a pageant back in the day and she just ain't recovered. Because it don't make no sense. Like, I feel like you was just ready to answer all the questions. What do you mean I was ready to answer all the questions? You asking basic questions.
Right.
But, I mean, I feel like the cousin was valid. She know her cousin. At the end of the day, we don't know this man. She literally knows him. This is basically his favorite cousin. We could tell. That's his favorite cousin. Mm-hmm. Whether y'all trying to say that this is play cousin, whatever they is, she know him more than we do. She just said it. He said exactly what she said. You ain't really into this. And he already said it. I don't really like her. I'm physical. Yeah. And I don't like her like that. And I mean, even though I feel like he a fool because she beautiful. Like, what's not to like? That girl look good. Like, you tripping.
Well, beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
I mean, right. But I'm just like, we got to see your ex because this ain't making sense. Somebody got to find him. We got to see it because this ain't adding up. Because it's like, do he like big girls or do he like Kirsten's?
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I'm like, she not too skinny.
Okay.
Like she don't eat. She look like she like to eat a little bit. So
she like to eat because she eat that. Who is she the one that eat bacon or is that Kirsten? No, that's her.
That's
She
her.
She like her a big breakfast. A big breakfast.
Right. And I'm just like, and then his family was getting on my nerves. Like, why you keep bringing up she got 13 dogs? Sir, she's a dog breeder. How you gonna have a dog breeder business without the dogs? I'm like, them 9 puppies, if she charged $3,000 a piece, do you know how much money that is?
Right.
Or whatever them doodles go for. I don't know what they go for, but I bet you they over 1,000.
I heard someone in the chat, maybe about a week or two ago, they started like roughly 2,500 and up, depending on the, the breed, the parents, the lineage, all that stuff. So they start at quite a bit. But I agree with what the cousin said. She gave good advice. The cousin was saying, if you're not into this, why are you continuing to go forward, this and that? So I agree with what she was saying. And if you are, then go home and do what husbands do what couples do. I agree with that 100%. And I also agree with you, Devontae, that she didn't have to come across like that, like, oh, she's a pageant girl, like she's automatically fake. But like I said last week too, maybe, again, the person that whoever Eris slept with, maybe is that I know her through her and maybe I don't like her or her friends. There's got to be some kind of dots to cross there that would make you just automatically not like somebody just off top, just because your cousin's on the show. That doesn't go together.
Right, because you'll be ready to go to bat if her family did him like that and they just ain't like him for no reason. Even though, I mean, I don't really not like him, but I don't like him, if that makes sense. It's what he says.
It's how he says it. I mean, it's okay to be real. I think he's being honest to a point. I think he's honest that, he's not attracted to her sexually and he's not trying to have sex with her just because, you know what I'm saying? Because she's wants that, she's attracted him like that. So I'm glad that he's reserving himself not to do that. You know what I mean? Because that would make Jasmine feel in a typical way, I would think. So like maybe she felt like,
And I learned on Couples Cam, they said it. Like, I think it was Beth and Jamie. I couldn't even believe they said it. And I actually liked them commenting. I'm not going to. The little comment cast they had, they was actually all making sense. What she say? That he's emotionally unavailable, but he's emotionally aware that he's emotionally unavailable, which I thought was true.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. I didn't see Couples Cam, but I did agree with that. Let's see. Dolores says Jasmine knows Eris is not attracted to her, but she wants to try to change him and make the marriage work.
Oh.
Yeah, she's not going to change him. He's mentally not there. He hasn't mentally been there since the day they got married. From the vows to the reception to everything, he just hasn't mentally been there. He's just going through the motions. Now, when Eris said that to his cousin, well, let me jump back. When Jasmine came home and Susie came through the door before the housewarming, he was like, oh, so how come you didn't put my cousin's name on the list? I thought that was the wrong conversation to have. When she came in talking about she's coming in trying to pick up different little things, this and that, when you don't care for somebody, you automatically just talk about stuff and you don't care what you're saying. That, it just is what it is. And then she was like, why would I put her on the list if she don't like me? Which I agree. You're like, why would you want the energy around? And so when we do finally have them at the housewarming, when he said that to his cousins, so is his cousins that was there, are those all cousins together, or are they cousins from like different, like from your mom's side, your dad's side? I mean, either way is family. I just thought that was rude for Eris to bring that up to the cousins. Like he couldn't think of anything nice to say about her. Like, oh, she got 13 dogs. Like, how was that like presenting Jasmine?
Well, them two dudes wasn't his cousin. Them was his friends.
Whoever. Still, you know what I'm saying? That's not how you're going to represent your wife this way.
I'm just trying to figure out why would you bring that up?
Right. Like you just married they just gave you some bum off the street and, she's got all these dogs. You know what I'm saying? That's the best way you could introduce her. That's how you know he don't like her. And I was looking at the confessionals. He don't even look like, he looked like he's trying to like give her straight like a poker face. It's not working. It's not working. I just want to know what is going to be the breaking point for them if they have not for her, I should say, because he already has his. He's not in this for anything, in my opinion.
I think she's starting to see the light.
Yes. And then Jasmine's family, I appreciated when they said we ride or die for Jasmine, no matter what's going on, to let him know, because those comments, they just they didn't say anything. But when they had their one-on-ones, let him know, like, that was their way of saying, listen, that weren't cool. We ride for Jasmine regardless. So I don't know. I think Eris is trying to be respectful to a point of the process of the process, not of Jasmine, of the process. I do. Because he's still hanging in there. He could have pulled a Domynique and been like, you know what? I can't do it. So I think he's trying. So also too, as the show has gone along, people always say, well, it's the cost, the contract, this and that. Well, clearly Domynique didn't care. And McKinley's mom, remember at the wedding, she tried to pay him not to get married anyway. So
right.
That's how that goes. Cynthia, you say out of all the couples, they are the hardest to watch. Eris and Jasmine? Okay. Dolores agrees with you, Cynthia. Do you think so, Devontae? Anybody else in the chat?
Nope. Taylor and
who's Taylor?
What's up? Oh dang, I'm on the wrong season. Light skin, the mixed girl, McKinley and yeah, they're the worst.
Oh, to watch?
Yeah, they boring. It's just an awkward conversation the whole time. Hey.
Right.
Like, what is it?
Right. Oh, hey, Courtney and Eddie. How are you?
How y'all doing?
Everybody in the chat, if you don't know, Courtney and Eddie have their own YouTube show. So
they ain't lying. He should have took all that check, put it right back into the cannabis and smoked the blunt. Cause no.
And smoked it up?
Yeah. Absolutely not.
So let's just roll into them right now. So in the very first episode, when I learned that, or when we all learned that Domynique's mom signed up for the show, I was in one of my very first reviews, and I even put a picture of me and Millennial, or me and Cassandra, however you know her as, in the background saying, I would never. You can't, you know what? I could suggest someone for my son or my daughter, but if their heart isn't in it, what difference does it make? And then you can't be like, oh, well, you should go on the show. I'm going to sign you up for Married at First Sight. I would never. Because I would know, one, they would have to want to be married. You know what I'm saying? You can't make someone be married unless it was arranged marriage. You can't make someone be married. But here's the thing, though. So wouldn't Domynique have to sign off on the show as well? Wouldn't she have to sign off on things?
Yeah, well,
I got my pen.
She's slow. Because first of all I needed that when I heard her say I like positive vibes only, I said, oh, you're not ready for marriage because it ain't gonna be positive vibes only, baby. I'm sorry, I'm married and it ain't always positive. Sometimes you can have a negative week.
That's true. You don't have to be married to have a negative week, but if you're married, the difference is it's harder to just leave. If you do leave, you decide to get divorced, there's consequences to leaving versus regular boyfriend and girlfriend, you go your separate ways. There's a big difference. Sharon says, Dom is weird to me. She looks so blah and be talking positive vibes. Exactly. She, and her family considered her an old soul.
Where?
I didn't feel old soul when I first saw her either. Oh, I got a question. Hold on. Ashley says her mom told her she was getting married. Yeah, her mom must have signed all the papers like, girl, you're going to do this. That's something I would never, ever do. Hey, Eddie, how are you doing? Good to see you. And have you and Courtney type in the chat. Thank you for joining. But you know what? I found something online for Domynique. I'm going to show it for everybody. I even filled it out for her. Y'all ready? Here we go. She got a certificate of participation. Domynique, MAFS Nashville, season 16, signed Millennial and Mom, March 2nd, 2023. Right. That's what she get. See how it says in the middle? Well done. Right. Not. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't understand what I don't get it. Her mother, do you think her mom thought that maybe she wanted grandkids one day, so she decided to push Dom along the way to get her, down the line. Like, what do you think it was with her and her mom? Like, who signs your child up for a show like this? Like I said, I would
she
never.
says her mom is her best friend. They talk all the time.
Okay.
So she probably just talked to her mom about like the dating world. Like, I got friends in the dating world, and I hear things. It's bad out here in these streets. So she probably talked to her mom about it, and she probably like, I just needed probably like an older man, my speed. They got his like. She wanted a guy she wanted a Clint. If he was Clint, if he had the personality of Clint, they would click. But he's not boring. He just older.
Well, Cynthia says that I'm not mad at Dom. I wouldn't want an older man that lives in a basement for 5 months. But see, Cynthia, he's transitioning. He's transitioning from his old place, stuff like that. I meant to pull up their reasons for being on the show. Remember the introductory of the couples and what they wanted, things like that? I meant to pull that up, but I forgot. Maybe next time I will. But none of that match what we're seeing on this show. I'm telling you this right now. None of it. Now, Now, one thing about this show, though, is about, would you say the dating world is hard, things like that? And you said her and her mama close. All right, I know. Again, what's this channel called? Millennial Mom. Millennial and I are close to. You already know. Don't even whisper that nonsense in my ear. Don't even do it. And if she did sign up, it would be on her own. You know what I'm saying? This would be something that she would want to do. Even though I think low key, she just wants to be on TV. And I'll tell that in here. I just think she want to be on TV. But I don't think millennials ready to be married either. And that's just my point. But I don't even think I would encourage it because I know she's not ready. But for the experts to have picked Domynique, though, I fault them because it was not a secret that her mother signed her up for the show. It's not a secret. And that's not cool. Now, Domynique says she's all about honesty. Honesty where? Because when Gina called her out at the get together, not Gina, Nicole, she's like, well, do you think you'll be able to step back and maybe take time out and see if y'all could, see if you could see if this will work because you'll regret it? She's like, yeah. And then as soon as they got to the apartment, it was like, well, I just fell under peer pressure. Well, I thought you said you was honest.
I wouldn't have fell under peer pressure. First of all, Nicole, hush.
Right.
She was just getting burnt a week ago. Don't. You don't know what you can't tell me nothing. You was letting somebody burn you with cigarettes. That automatically X you out the conversation. Don't tell me nothing. Gosh. We on the same show. I would have turned around. I'd have been like, I ain't trying to be rude, but who designated y'all the it couple to ask all the questions? Because who was y'all?
It's always the couple that's doing the best. Is the it couple. They're the conversation starter per production I'm getting. But Eddie or Edub says she wanted a sugar daddy. I think her mother wanted her to have a sugar daddy. I don't know if Nicole does. Nicole still gives me flighty. She gives me like ditzy flighty. Sorry, Domynique, that's just what you give me. Dolores says her mom likes to be on TV. Her mom just knew she was gonna be at that hosting a get together. That's what her mom thought she was gonna do. So she's like, are you sure? I was looking forward to it. I'm like, too late.
Her mom was trying to sell her sweet potato pie. And she messed you and blew the bag.
Yes. Eddie says Dom was too young and immature. Exactly. Now, all 25-year-olds aren't immature. They're not. But Dom is. So that's the problem. Courtney says you're a smart. Thanks. And Eddie says Dom just straight up lied to them and played with Mac's emotion. She did play with his emotions. I actually felt sorry for him at the end where he had to get up and walk away because his face was all red and everything. I felt bad for him. Now,
right. How can somebody peer pressure you to say no? I mean, say yes. You don't. And another thing, Nicole, did you hear what she said? I'm sorry. I just get emotionally involved in my friend's relationship. Baby, we ain't friends. We ain't friends. Quit throwing around that friend word. I don't know. I didn't know you 2 weeks ago. We friends? Because we did a show, friends? No, we co-workers, baby. We co-workers.
Right. Associates. We associates at this point. Courtney says, yes, mom got her hair done. Mom sure did get her hair done and was very disappointed she weren't hosting. And what you say, Devontae, selling them sweet potato pies at the housewarming. For sure. Definitely. Sharon, you say, I don't get why they were even at the get together. Dom already decided to divorce, so leave the show. I don't want to see anymore. Well, they did that for a few couples along the way too, who have not stayed together, but they've come, I guess, to like wrap the show up. Because after yesterday's show, there's no reason to see them again till the reunion, to see when that kiss is actually going to come out. We're ready to see how it even happens. So Clint and Gina are definitely on deck for that. And then actually, you say, I agree. Someone on Twitter said he was beige personality even. Oh, okay. Well, guess what? Mac even said he didn't want to be Dom's friend either. She's like, well, we could just be friends. He said, I got enough friends. I was like, I feel you on that. I feel
you. As soon as he did that, I was like, yes, put the foot down. I ain't come on here for no more friends.
Right, exactly. Now, one thing that Domynique said on the after party is that Mac kind of like tucked his tail in, but she said that a few times, like, he would talk all this smack off camera, but as soon as he get on camera, he's like, oh, rolling with the punches, things like that. Well, she is too, you know what I'm saying? She is also someone else who deflects. She wants us to think she's grown, she's mature, she wants positive vibes, she knows what she wants, she's always honest. And at the same time, the same breath, you like, oh, okay, yeah, you know what? That just goes to show you're immature. And also, what Mac said was like in his confessional was like, she does young things. She does what young people do. She says one thing, do another. I'm like, see, now he's talking the talk, which is true. You know what I'm saying? From what we see on TV, and no telling what we see behind the scenes. Yeah, I'm sure it was even worse. So, but I'm really surprised just from the very beginning that they would be the couple who jump ship already. We all had our hats on, Gina and Clint, but it wasn't. It was Domynique and McKinley. So Dolores, you say, what did Mac really do for Dom to feel that way about him? I guess because he didn't ride those horses during the honeymoon, and he is not as adventurous as she wanted him to be, and he's still in that basement, and he just, he's just not outgoing and talkative. He's just laid back. She don't want that. She wants somebody who's going to be a tomboy with her and then be classy at night. So that's what that is. I don't know. Do y'all think that they consummated the marriage or tried to? Domynique and McKinley in the beginning? Or no, you just think that no one really did anything other than Chris and Nicole? What do y'all think?
Domynique and McKinley would have did something. Because remember when they was on the honeymoon, they left early. They was all drinking and they left.
Yeah.
Like, what did y'all go to do? Like, I feel like it's going to come out like we tried something. I don't know. Because, like, why did they leave?
Mm-hmm. Dolores says excuses. Yeah, for Domynique. Definitely is on the excuses tip. But, what'd you say, Ashley? I think after the show, he was going to move back home. Yeah, see, one of the reasons why he moved in the first place is because he was in a relationship and the person he was in a relationship with actually got engaged and married to somebody else while they were in the relationship. So he decided to leave wherever he was from originally and move to Tennessee. And he stayed in his friend's basement to get himself together and things like that. That's why he came on the show. And when I reread that, like I said, I forgot to upload it. I was like, so he technically wasn't ready either. I mean, he's not as young as Domynique, but he's maybe mentally not ready, have moved past that relationship that was less than a year himself. And even Nicole has come from a similar type relationship where she broke it off with somebody and she ended up moving back with her family. And who else? Who else had a baby on them? Kirsten or Jasmine? One of them also too. So out of 5 couples, there's 3 who have been in relationships less than a year. That was Jasmine, 6 months. Kirsten with a baby. So that's 4 couples. Well, 4 individuals who've been married on this show that was with someone less than a year, broken up and decided to come on the show. I just want to know where the mindset is. You know what? I'm gonna break up with you, but let me go sign up for Married at First Sight. How does that go together? So
it don't make no sense.
It don't make any sense at all when it's legally and binding. I like
I was
how
in love like a couple weeks ago. Then you heartbroken, and you so heartbroken you go get married. What?
Right. And how do you get past the experts? Speaking of the experts, where is Dr. Pepper? Where's Dr. Pepper? I haven't seen her in no clips going forward. We only see Pastor Cal. Where's Dr. Pia? And where is Devon? Where's everybody else? They need you now. You know, not 3 weeks from now. Now, all the couples are on edge. Right?
But Dr. Pastor Cal got on I just cannot remember this girl's name today. Dom. He got on Dom.
Domynique. Okay.
Yeah, because he told her. And I Pastor Cal was right, took the glass. You can't run.
You
said,
can't.
honestly, you need to, next time you get in a relationship, you need to make sure you're ready because you're running. You supposed to fight the marriage. First of all, y'all ain't fighting about nothing. So I'm like, if this make you get a divorce,
right.
Like y'all ain't even been through nothing hard yet. That's what's kind of terrible about this show.
They literally
I wouldn't marry nobody like this. I can't because you ain't been through nothing. I don't know a stranger. I feel like you have to be like a open. Oh, you gotta marry. It gotta be two open people. You can't have one little closed. Like y'all both like. If you see the successful couples on Couples Couch, everybody was very open. Like they was like, we're gonna try it and they gonna work through it. These people were just like, I'm gonna try it, but if they don't do this, I ain't doing it. You can't do it that way.
Right. Ashley says the girl with the dogs, that's Nicole, was ready, and so was Clint. Like I said, I was kind of like thrown for a loop because remember, Clint was looked at before he even came on at your bachelor party, looked at like the jerk of the show, like he was just on just to see if he could sow his wild oats at 40, you know? So we thought like maybe he was like another Clint, but he turned out not to be. And so he was really surprising. And it's really a shame that Gina is, for the meantime, like I said, I promise you, it was probably edible, is acting like she's okay with everything going on. I mean, I'm hoping that she's gotten over the hump, but I just don't see them going far in the process. And one thing too that kind of made me laugh was when Clint was talking with his friend when he was out before the housewarming and they were playing frisbee or whatever. And he was sitting down talking about, oh, even the dog has the same color hair as me. I said, oh my God. I said, that's probably the problem. You remind her of her dog and she don't like that. You know? That's what I think. Cynthia says Shaq was ready too.
I think for marriage?
Yeah.
Yeah, Shaq is ready. I gotta retract my statement. I thought he was maybe a tambourine player. I was wrong. I was so wrong on that. I don't get it. I don't know. Maybe I judged him too soon, but I get it now. It's her.
Right, it's her. Retraction noted. But yeah,
take it back, Shaq. Don't hate me. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. So knowing what we know now, I ask this every week, their predictions. Do y'all has your predictions changed? Because I think I got to go back and look at mine. I had two. I think I had one yes and one maybe, and the rest were no.
I have one making it.
Do you
one?
care?
Well, no, I'm gonna have two.
Okay.
One gonna make it for real. One gonna make it just to this. Two gonna make it, but only one gonna make it past like
the reunion.
Once they go on the reunion. Nah, not even the reunion. Yeah, the reunion. Past the reunion. They're gonna be on when they go on the little trip after and reconnect.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, do you think that there's going to be a twist? Because I didn't see any spoilers, and don't give me any of you know. I gave that one spoiler that one time about the kiss, and I think everybody knows that now. But do you think there's going to be a twist to any of the couples that's on the show now that may actually turn it around? Anybody in the chat? And if so, you think it's going to be them?
Yeah, she'll be a fool.
Well, she's already acting like a fool now.
You gonna be a fool to let Shaq go. I mean, he got his. I don't know, because you know these last seasons, I feel like they ain't been talking about money. Or we just did we not get to that?
No, last season was last season was money because Steve and Noy, that was the money issue. That was a money thing.
So, but if his money right too, because
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that apartment look a little iffy. I ain't trying to hear that mentalist stuff. You don't look like a mentalist, ma'am.
Okay. Well, that's how
So
she says she did.
I think she gonna finally. I think she gonna like him. She gonna start to like him. She gonna really like dig deep. Cause like I said, it's a chance that she could just really just be slow to open up. Maybe she don't trust nobody. I mean, dude did have a baby on her.
Oh, well, true. Courtney and Eddie, they say, I don't think so. All these couples seem hopeless. There's always a someone who be like at the end, you'd be like, what? You know, they stayed together. There's always that one couple. Let's take Nicole and Chris out the equation because they could be like, no, we don't know. But there's always that one who you never really think will, you know. So I'm even going to say we're going to take Eris and Jasmine out because if they do, that is strictly for business ventures
But in the
outside of
carrot and mouse, if they make it.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Sharon says Kirsten is hiding something. And then Dolores says, I agree with you, Devontae, that Kirsten will turn it around. I don't know.
But I mean, what's his name? Eris and them can turn around because it's the same thing. They just stay in the same boat as Kirsten and Shaq.
Courtney, they say, but they don't stay married long. That's true. They don't. No. That's true. You know what? I don't know. Honestly, I root for everybody every season because that's the type of show this is. I know I say it all the time. But, you know, when you see from the very beginning, when it's a stranger, you just can't get past that stranger part. When they're still treating you like a stranger, we're going into week 10. You already did the weddings, you did the receptions, you did the honeymoon, you moved in, you've been home for a while, you're doing your own little thing. So this coming week is going to be 5 weeks left to go. If you're still talking to me as if I'm someone off the street, I don't see how you can turn it around with attraction. I know Karen and Miles, she did because he was already always in. They say she did. I mean, if it's true, whatever, but the odds aren't in the favor of turning it around, especially these couples who are adamant with, I'm not attracted to you. I don't know what it is. That's what Eric said. He said he don't even know what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's not just the sex part. He don't know.
He know what it is. He a lie.
You think he lying? Cynthia says Shaq isn't masculine enough. I think that's what it is with.
I mean, but what do she want? What he ain't masculine with? What? He got a degree. He's smart. He can articulate himself.
The
2 degrees, and he can articulate himself. What you want him to do? I think Shaq is funny. He didn't. I feel like it's not that he's not funny. She's slow.
Okay, who you hollering?
I thought she just can't. She just can't. I don't think, like you could say something that everybody else get it. What's funny? She don't.
Yeah, he's corny funny. He's
blonde. She the blonde cousin. She just stacked.
Okay. Well, I'll roll with that. What do y'all think in the chat? You think Kirsten is the blonde? Is she other side of her blonde? And what do you think about Eris? Do you think what do y'all think it is that he can't put his finger on in the chat? What do you think it is that he feels? Because we already know it's the sex part. You know, he says when he comes home from work or working or wherever he goes, when he gets into bed, he sleep. That's what he wants us to know.
To be honest, the only flaw that I've seen on Jasmine is her bottom row of her teeth.
You know what? I'm not
trying to be funny. That's the only thing he can really say. What else about her is wrong? She built perfect. I don't really know what more he wants.
I'm not gonna talk about nobody's teeth because I can't get mine done.
I'm not even trying to talk about it like that. But I'm like, what else wrong with her? Like, she cool. She got 3-4 jobs.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna read a comment on the Millennial Mom YouTube studio. It says, I have to admit, I laughed at this. I took a moment, I laughed, and I shouldn't have laughed, but it was brought up to me now. Somebody said, I'll leave the person's name out. You can see it on our page. It says, I think Jasmine's dogs and her bottom teeth are the real reason for Eris. That shouldn't be funny. That shouldn't be funny. But I took a little smirk to that because I was like, her bottom teeth? Really? I guess so.
He particular. He real particular. He already said it.
But then
like someone else,
and then someone else comes along and says, but he can't tell her that. The teeth thing is too personal and an insult. So, and my comment back to those two comments were, you think it's the teeth though? I'm not one to talk, so I never thought about that. I was just stunned and floored that you would repeat that, and that's not even from you. That's from somebody else.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you, gotta think this person's smiling in your face all night.
Wow. Sharon says Eris is lying. Oh, he knows we don't like about her. And Sharon also says teeth can be fixed. You know what? I'm not gonna.
Your teeth can be fixed, but man, people. It's a lot of women. Even my wife. My wife, it's told me like she is a teeth person. Like if your teeth, she would not probably would have talked to me if my teeth was toe back. Like, and she's not the only one who said that. Like I
know you don't have to convince. You don't have to convince me. You don't have to convince me of that. I know. There's a teeth thing. I get it. I do. There's such a thing.
And he the one weird man that focus on teeth. I think that's what
it just never dawned on me that he would just find every little thing with Jasmine that he didn't like. And I promise you, I was thrown off with that comment. And then when you're the third person, so it must be it with Eris. Like, wow.
And the bacon.
Oh, the bacon, the dogs, the teeth, don't have a big behind, and you don't like my cousin, and no telling what else, So, oh, and now I know that you know the girl or the lady that I slept with before you. So that's all kind of things that's wrong. Cynthia says her teeth didn't stop her from earning beauty crowns. She probably had on a flipper. Those things that you can put over your teeth. So a lot of people do, but that's true.
That beauty crowns, that's cool or whatever. But I mean, this dude, the dude that don't like, they keep on commenting on her eating on bacon on vacation, and you got $13. He nitpicking. So why would he nitpick about that? It don't make no sense. Because the girl, he said it. She will be attracted to 9 out of 10 dudes gonna be attracted to her. So why he ain't attracted to her? It doesn't make no sense.
Right. Did you and everybody else in chat on the replay, did you see the short that I put up that it was someone found on Facebook that Eris was possibly already on a Facebook dating group already? It's already been put out there. It's on one of the shorts. If you haven't seen it, go see it. Yep. Just last week. You said shocking. Just last week. See, this says Eris looks weird to me. I don't know. I think there's something else we don't know about Eris too. But if they make it, which I don't think so, but if they do, I will be shocked, beyond shocked. So
I think after that little sex episode, I feel like that's when she gonna finally just. That's it. This ain't past the cow. She gonna just move her stuff. She gonna take the dog. He gonna come home. Well, I guess he got COVID next week all of a sudden.
Yeah, he does.
But why he be killing me with that? Always talking about, if I was sick, I know she gonna take care of me,
Yeah.
These people on here got low self-esteem, because I ain't about to be convincing nobody for 8 weeks to like me. This is what you get. I'm gonna show you my true self. But if you don't like me, you ain't about to keep telling me you don't like me. You gonna have a third you don't like me. Look at here. Baby, I'm going to have these glasses. I'm going to have whatever you don't like about me. So, if you don't like it, I ain't about to keep on trying to convince you. I ain't no monkey.
Well, I guess. All right. Well, what do we think is going to happen for next week's episode? What do we think is going to go on? We got, like you said, COVID is striking Eris. And Jasmine's trying to figure out how she's going to take care of him. Shaquille and Kirsten, I guess she's spending too much time with him. He don't like that. I didn't really see too much with Gina and Clint, except for he's going to talk about he got someone pregnant before. And then Chris and Nicole, he talking about, you know, her being slender. Do we think that anyone else is gonna maybe move into a second bedroom like Gina?
I was wondering, did she move to the other bedroom or they moved to the
Yes,
same one?
she moved into Clint's and went to his second bedroom because that's Clint's place.
Oh well. I feel like that talk with Nicole and what's his name?
Chris.
Yeah, Nicole and Chris. I feel like that's not gonna be nothing. I feel like she's gonna be like, oh yeah, you weren't really my type. I really like more fit guys that are more in the gym. Like because it seemed like they always have a conversation like that, and then she just instead of she getting mad, she just say something. I don't think that's gonna be nothing.
Yeah, she'll have something else to add to that too. Mm-hmm. And then the other couples, what do you think? Is there going to be someone else who's going to try to jump ship?
Nope.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm. I mean, I think maybe the episode after that, Jasmine.
Jasmine? Okay. Yeah, we'll
she's
see.
Gonna be out of there. I don't think she's gonna be after the little take care of thing.
They have Eris, not Jasmine. They said Eris may move to second bedroom. Don't matter who, it's still the same house. One of them need to go to the second bedroom. It's not there, you know what I'm saying? So
I'm not moving in to live in the other bedroom. Why you just? I will be home. I'm not doing that.
Well, you would have moved in to be part of the process, not to be part of the process. That's the difference.
If she would have told me she ain't moving in, well, I'll be like, y'all might as well go on rent this out to somebody else because I ain't coming. I don't see why they be going there staying by themselves.
Right.
By myself, I'm going home. Now,
right.
If she decide that she want to move in, if we gonna keep doing this, then we gonna move in together. But if she ain't, she at least got to move in. If she not moving in, I'm not moving in.
Yep. So, well, that was it. Like it was said in the chat, you know, the housewarming was kind of boring and nothing really happened except for Eris and his cousin talking about, you know, why she wasn't coming to the housewarming and he don't like the dogs and Gina eating that alleged edible and that was about it for this and Dom and the divorce. So that was really
I don't understand why he didn't read the room on that. You know your cousin don't like her and she don't like your cousin. What you even trying to invite her for? You trying to stir up some drama.
That's all. I think that's exactly what he wants. That's exactly what he wants. So maybe next week we'll see something more pop up and we won't see Dom anymore. She got her certificate of appreciation for being on the show and that's it. That's what she wanted, right? She wanted a certificate. We gave it to you. And that's what it is. So, all right, everyone, that was it. Unless you have anything else to add, I'll see everybody next week.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much for joining.
No
all
problem.
Right, everyone in chat, thank you so much. And I'll see you next week on Married at First Sight Nashville. Take care, everybody. Good night.
All right. Good night.